Good morning, everybody. Welcome, friends, enemies, to the second day of Cactus Cup. This first game this morning is going to be Santa Cruz Roller Derby versus CANBERRA Roller Derby. We're going to go down the list of rosters for this morning. I am Cactus. And I am Becca Record. Good morning, everybody. Thanks for joining us again on the second day of Cactus Cup. First ever annual Cactus Cup. We'll see. Hopefully it'll happen again next year. I'll be here. You'll be here? I'll be here. I'll probably come back. Okay, perfect. Think about it. Great. Come on back now. See you next year. CANBERRA Roller Derby roster today. We've got Lazy Station, 0, Ramona Powers, 07, Slinger, 1261, King Panther, 130, Freudian Slit, 1337, Bohemian Rhapsody, 1975, Hurt for Bane, 1994, Fastest Furiosa, 2063, Billy Jean, 2072, Lady 3108, Shriek, 314, Lemmy Adam, 333, Bony Shaker, 38, Bambi Bong Smasher, 411, BA, 56, Boudica, 61, Ruby Doom, 616, Stone Jet, 70, Very Bad, 88, and Serial Killer, 911. Coached by Tango Crash, Cinderoller, Shriek, and John F. Kennedy. For your Santa Cruz 18, we've got Jem Jones, number 18, Bad Sheila, number 2, Chelsea Smile, 13, Heloise, 1384, Ace Ventura, number 3, R2D2 Nate, number 33, Hermione Danger, number 36, E-Rex, number 37, Unleashed, number 444, Cassie Beck, number 49, Skirt Barnegat, number 5, Maddie Massacus, number 626, Pain Generator, number 649, Terratot, number 707, Shamrock and Roller, number 8, Killer V, number 83, High Roller, number 89, Flower Power, number 9, Jurassic Snark, number 93, coached by the Dark Snide. We're going to get the show on the road. Y'all ready? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. Two of them. Please do it. Please do. And we're up. We've got Skirt Vonnegut for Santa Cruz and Lady Painticorn for CANBERRA. CANBERRA rocking the lime green jerseys today. Nice contrast with the blue. Your lead jammer is Skirt Vonnegut for Santa Cruz in Jam 1. Santa Cruz playing a little hit and quit it. They're going to be happy with their points. Santa Cruz first points on the board. We've got 3 points for Santa Cruz, no points by CANBERRA. Terratot for Santa Cruz and Freudian Slit for CANBERRA. Freudian Slit making that lead jammer status. Nice transition. Absolutely fancy footwork. Running right into the back of the Santa Cruz defense. We had a star stash by Terratot, now returning that helmet cover to the helmet in a scoring position now. Terratot passing Freudian Slit and collecting some points here for Santa Cruz. CANBERRA blockers going back to give Freudian Slit a hand. Or a hip or a shoulder, if you will. Yeah. As you do. Freudian Slit is the lead jammer, but it looks like she's determined to get a little speed. Freudian Slit finally contending with, well, looked like just one blocker left in the front. Those blockers are recycling recycling work has been excellent this weekend.
Absolutely.
They're very swift to reform, and they're very good at capturing one and waiting for their friends to come back.
We have a very spread out pack at this point, but coming back together now.
Little hop on the inside line there from Santa Cruz blocker.
Lots of fighting and pushing going on. Not too terribly much progress being made. Freudian slip taken against the inside by the Santa Cruz blockers. Having to recycle back once again. Terratot still fighting the Canberra blockers in the front, and now Terratot's turn to be recycled all the way to the back. That is the end of that jam. Lots of pushing and shoving.
And Freudian Slit is going to pick up 4 points, putting Canberra on the board. 11-4 Santa Cruz.
In spite of the lead jam from Canberra there, Santa Cruz actually was able to pick up 8 points. Nice. We do have 11 points from Santa Cruz A-team and 4 points from Canberra's A-team. Maddie Massacus for Santa Cruz and Slinger for Canberra, picking up the lead jammer status right off the bat.
Slinger has been a really strong jammer all weekend. Very powerful, very smart.
Absolutely. And you can see those juking skills. Slinger just gets right by those blockers like as if they aren't trying, which you know that they are. So this just shows an incredible skill set here. We have a star pass by Santa Cruz. R2 detonates, now holding the star for Santa Cruz, putting the pressure on Slinger. She in a scoring position.
I love the Santa Cruz jerseys with that wave on the back.
Yeah, I dig that too.
It's a really cool style. And not too confusing, I hope, for officials.
Hopefully not. We love our officials.
Slinger, inexorable. For another 4 points for Canberra.
Good word. R2 detonate just taken to the inside and the outside multiple times here, having to recycle back, getting a little bit of offensive help from a teammate. R2 detonate finally passed the Canberra defense in the front.
Looks like one of their blockers is going to the box for direction. And another Canberra blocker will be joining for our back block. Just going to take a second to alert our in-house friends to the Traveling Coffee Bean Company. They're a pop-up coffee shop offering local alternatives for coffee and tea drinkers. They are out there. I did order a chai latte, and yes, that was a chai.
In case you're in here and you didn't hear that, get your coffee before 11 a.m. They're going to leave. Coffee truck will be here till 11. 11 a.m.
It's a biological imperative.
You gotta get your coffee. Don't be like me. I missed my second cup of coffee yesterday, and I didn't cry, but I almost cried. We've got E-Rex jamming for Santa Cruz with Lady Painicorn for Canberra.
Canberra running a pretty tight jammer rotation. I think they're only running 2 jammers right now. But that's fine because they're all so strong. Oh, looks like Santa Cruz jammer is going to the box for a cut call.
Looked like we had a jammer race there. Lady Painicorn, I think, was considering calling that jam off, and then we did see the Santa Cruz jammer E-Rex going to the box. So Lady Painicorn keeping going here. Now we've got a power jam and a great opportunity for Canberra to score some more points here.
Blake her jersey says corny.
I love that. I love that. That makes a lot of sense. It's a great nickname for Lady Painicorn,
right?
If that was my derby name, I would also go by Corny. Seeing some assistance for Lady Painicorn by the Canberra pivot. Still having some trouble getting through that strong defensive structure by Santa Cruz. E-Rex back on the track now.
Santa Cruz defense just brutal right here. Painicorn just trying to push enough to get a hand from her friends. It works. She only has to be one more blocker. She doesn't. Santa Cruz blocker is not letting it go.
And E-Rex strikes with a star stash, able to make it past that defense finally. Just in time for the jam to end. It's the end of that jam.
A lot of work for 8 points, but Santa Cruz is held scoreless in that jam, bringing the lead. CANBERRA has 32 to 15.
Still anyone's game at this point. It's still early on in this, our first game of the second day of the Cactus Cup tournament. Anything could happen. Well, not anything, like, you know, if there's just suddenly a firestorm, I'm going to be really shocked, but, you know, anybody could win this game at this point. We've got Kurt Vonnegut jamming again for Santa Cruz, Freudian slit for CANBERRA.
Freudian slit fighting at the top of the pack, but Kurt Vonnegut is going to take lead for Santa Cruz.
Freudian slit sees that clear lane, sprints for it. Freudian slit is also out and now coming around ready to score some points.
A nice hop. That would have been a really interesting apex jump if it had happened, but both teams are going to get a few points. 3-3 jam.
Fantastic job by Freudian slit there. Just jumping over the apex right in those final moments and being able to pick up those points for CANBERRA.
CANBERRA ranked 20th in the WFTDA. Santa Cruz ranked 15th. So this game is going to be extremely interesting, and we'll see if CANBERRA can win it.
Probably going to be close the whole way here, the whole time.
Santa Cruz is going to want to try and control the narrative here. Terratot does have lead. Slinger close behind her.
We're going to see Santa Cruz try and pick up some points and close that gap. And unfortunately not able to really capitalize on that too much with Santa Cruz blockers being in the back there. That does force the call off from Santa Cruz rather than surrender any points to CANBERRA.
CANBERRA was not going to let them get in front that easily. You see that more now, I feel like this year. People just running. And as a jammer, I hate that. But as a blocker, it is smart.
It is smart. I didn't know you were a jammer. I'm a jammer too.
I mean,
Sometimes a jammer?
I'm a jammer just in case.
We've got Maddie Masochist for Santa Cruz and Fast and Furiosa for CANBERRA. Fast and Furiosa being taken, recycled to the back there. Maddie Masochist pushing in the front, also getting recycled now. Neither jammer making too terribly much progress in this moment. We do have one blocker each in the box for each team, which probably explains why we have 2 tripods and no one available to play any offense here. Though just as I say that, the blocker from Santa Cruz is sprung from the penalty box, and we see some movement in this pack now.
Oh, seeing the CANBERRA pivot go to the box, taking places.
And an open lane, and Maddie Masochist is your lead jammer for Santa Cruz.
Almost a whole minute before lead was called.
Maddie Masochist now in that lead jammer position and a scoring position for Santa Cruz. See if Santa Cruz can close some of that gap. And fighting her way past those last blockers there, Maddie Masochist makes a scoring pass and is now coming around for more. Fast and Furiosa still struggling with those Santa Cruz defenders in the front. Fast and Furiosa out of that pack now. Maddie Masochist going to try and get as many points as possible. We do see the Santa Cruz blockers getting to the front, avoiding being a point here, setting up their defensive structure, while Maddie Masochist continues to come around and try and pick up more points for Santa Cruz.
Santa Cruz playing this jam smart, running it a little long, trusting the blockers to hang on to the jammer, and so far it has been paying off. Even if CANBERRA picks up a few points, Santa Cruz is winning this jam, and they're wearing down CANBERRA early in the game. 10-3 jam in favor of Santa Cruz, who's bringing that lead down to only 10 points. 28-38, Santa Cruz
closing that gap. Lady Painicorn for Canberra and E-Rex for Santa Cruz. Lady Painicorn making that lead jammer status for Canberra. E-Rex not to be defeated is out nearly as quickly. Lady Painicorn taking a whip off of a blocker, trying to pick up a couple of points there before having to call the jam off and eliminate that jammer race situation. 1 point scored for Canberra, no points for Santa Cruz. Vonnegut for Santa Cruz, popping out of that pack, making lead jammer status, but we do have Freudian Slit directly behind, forcing the call off. We have a jammer race situation. Freudian Slit, very fast jammer. If I were that jammer for Santa Cruz, I would probably also be calling that right off. Slinger jamming for Canberra at the front of the pack with only 2 lockers remaining is able to make that lead jammer status. Terratot for Santa Cruz.
What did Slinger put on the front of the knee pads? Is it leather?
Oh, the knee pads?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was wondering that all of yesterday. I'm not really sure.
I hope it's not sandpaper. This is a wood floor.
Oh my God. No, I'm sure it's not sandpaper. It couldn't be sandpaper. That's gotta not be allowed. Slinger running into the defense in the front, being taken down.
Taking a stumble, but
back up before you know it. Slinger completing that scoring pass.
Just taking a leisurely lap around the track. Santa Cruz has passed the star to pivot Cassie back.
Slinger, lots of trust in the Canberra blockers there, trying to pick up some more points while trusting the Canberra blockers to hold that jammer.
Slinger don't care. If you're not set up for it, she's busted through your tripod. But Santa Cruz knows this, and they're ready to reform.
Slinger with the transition around that final blocker there, completing that scoring pass. We are seeing a widening of the gap here once again. With this jam ending, we have some points scored for Santa Cruz, looks to be about 4 points for Santa Cruz and 20 for Canberra in that jam. 20 points for Canberra, bringing the score to 32 Santa Cruz A-team, 59 Canberra's A-team.
The Canberra cheering section on the feed.
Seems like the Canberra cheering section made it down to the coffee truck this morning.
Yeah.
Got their caffeine, they're awake.
Good.
Unlike most of the rest of us who are still waking up.
We're very calm right now.
Yes, very calm. I need more coffee, that's why.
Because we're not awake. At least the refs look wide awake, and the NSOs. I am always amazed at their ability to just
do the thing.
present.
Just do the thing at the drop of a hat. They're like, oh, you need us to volunteer and be amazing and run your entire game? We'll do that for you.
It's fine.
It's no big deal.
We'll run your scoreboard.
We got you.
Thank you, scoreboard operators.
Thanks, scoreboard operators. Thank you, officials. Thank you to all of our volunteers.
Ooh, one of them waved at us. That's nice.
We rather like you guys. We think we'll keep you. Got about 14 minutes remaining in this first half of our first game this morning, our sanctioned game between Santa Cruz and Canberra's A-teams.
And it looks like Santa Cruz just took a team timeout. Probably to regroup, reset their strategy.
And we're coming back now with Maddie Masochist jamming for Santa Cruz and Lady Painicorn for Canberra. Neither jammer making too much progress initially.
I think I want to see a little more offense in this game. You know, the jammers were a little tired from yesterday. It would be nice to see those tripods are working out pretty well. A little more offense.
You know, Chai, I come from bank track roller derby, and in bank track we typically run 3D1-0 at the start of every jam.
Yeah.
And you stick with your O the entire way through. Your dedicated offense that whole time through. So it's a bit of a different strategy. I always love seeing some good, strong offense being played, but I've noticed in Wooftada some amazing footwork we're seeing there from Lady Painicorn. I noticed in Wooftada there's a really amazing defense to offense switch.
Yes.
People are really strong
It's
with
a
their
thing.
awareness. They're knowing when to make that switch.
The full team switch. Yeah, we drilled that a lot, and it really depends. You know, you're going to have some blockers who are just going to love to be defense people. That's what they're good at. That's what they love. That's their bread and butter. Let them do it. And then you're going to have people who prefer to play offense most of the time, and sometimes those are your designated offense. But it's good to have the flexibility to switch. But
absolutely. It's great when you have an offensive skater who's working well with their jammer and they can read each other and they know the right timing. And that's
you know
just
exactly what that
fantastic when
person
that
likes.
happens. And just
There
as I
we
say
go.
that, I think E-Rex for Santa Cruz must have taken advantage
Santa
of.
Cruz knows what E-Rex likes.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And E-Rex is out in that lead jammer position for Santa Cruz. We do have Freudian slit jamming for Canberra, being stuck behind Santa Cruz's defense. Unfortunately, E-Rex being sent to the penalty box for a penalty, a cut call.
Yep. Right there on the outside.
Freudian slit making it out of that pack.
There will be no lead jammer for this jam. It will go the full 2 minutes. We got about 1:10 left.
2-minute jam, y'all. Once again, me coming from bank track, we have 1-minute jams in bank track, so 2 minutes seems like a long time to
nice
me.
hop.
That was fantastic.
A little stumble, but Freudian slit is going to recover. She gets those 4 points.
Keeping those feet on the track, inbounds, able to keep that position. E-Rex coming back from the penalty box now.
Canberra will lose a blocker, failure to reform.
E-Rex sending a hard block in response to one of the Canberra defenders and winning that round, and able to make it past the rest of the blockers for another scoring pass for Santa Cruz.
I did see a half-hearted attempt to put E-Rex out of bounds, but unless you put all your power into it, she's not going to go. She's going to push right up that line.
E-Rex saying, you know what, I'm going to close this gap. Just you wait and see.
Oh, looks like E-Rex is going to go to the box for a forearm call.
Oh, no. Sometimes think to myself, we don't need our arms for derby. We can just cut them off or wear a straitjacket. You know, we don't need
I
them.
knew a girl who only had one arm.
You know what?
in
That would
derby.
be an advantage in derby.
Yeah,
I really think it would.
yeah. She was like, I was like, it's fine. She said something about it one day to me, and I said, you know, you don't need it. It's fine.
You don't need your arms for roller derby. We have a 7-point jam for Santa Cruz there, bringing Santa Cruz to 43, and 12 points for Canberra. Canberra's score now at 71. Do have a bit of a widening of that differential there. E-Rex still in the penalty box for Santa Cruz. Slinger jamming for Canberra, one of their strong jammers here, maybe able to take advantage of this power jam situation and widen that gap even further.
Oh, somebody's being called for a cut, and it looks like another Santa Cruz blocker going to the box.
Real advantage for Canberra here with the power jam situation and a couple extra blockers on the track.
Wonderful spin from Slinger.
Yeah, Slinger is able to play offense for herself here.
You know, I'm seeing both teams kind of give the jammers a lot of space to run up. They probably could stick a little closer to the back. Give 5 feet instead of 10 if you need space to maneuver.
That makes sense.
I'm wondering, you know, if they're just a little tired or they haven't adjusted yet.
Could definitely be any of those things. With these long tournament weekends, you know, I haven't been in a tournament myself yet. I can't imagine playing several games in one day and then the next day coming back for more. I'd be like, all I want is a hot bath. I don't want to play more games.
Hydration is key.
Yeah, hydration.
Hydration, not beer.
Drink your water, everybody.
Now this lead is good for CANBERRA, but this is still early in the game. Good job, Slinger. Another 4 points for CANBERRA. I guess we'll see. CANBERRA's up and coming, but they do have some good experience on their side. And Santa Cruz is a well-established group of people. We'll just see what happens.
I've decided in this moment I want to be Slinger when I grow up. She is able to just shoulder check her way through that pack and pick up the rest of those points for CANBERRA. Seeing a real widening of the gap here. Looks like we had no points for Santa Cruz in that jam and 16 points for CANBERRA.
I think this is the highest scoring jam so far in this game.
Yeah.
Slinger's really making a difference in this one.
Fast and Furiosa jamming for CANBERRA. Terratot for Santa Cruz. Fast and Furiosa fighting with just 2 more blockers in the front there. And able to make it by and achieve that lead jammer status for CANBERRA. Fast and Furiosa is your lead jammer.
Terratot just now getting out after a little offense from her friends. Fast and Furiosa in the pack on her scoring pass. Is she gonna let it go or is she gonna call it? Yeah. All right, she's gonna call it. No, maybe not. Okay, getting recycled back. Well, now she has to do it. Gotta get those points. A decision has been made. Bench staff have spoken.
Right at the last second there, we saw the CANBERRA blockers switch to an offensive strategy to try to get Fast and Furiosa through and very quickly switch back to their defensive structure as the jammer was coming up. And it's that just instantaneous switch and switch back that I think can really be a game changer for a team if they're able to do that so quickly. Really can get your own jammer some points there. Skirt Vonnegut for Santa Cruz and Lady Painticorn for CANBERRA. Lady Painticorn's getting that lead jammer status. We're seeing CANBERRA really capitalize on this point difference here. Skirt Vonnegut sent to the penalty box, making this a power jam for CANBERRA. Lady Painticorn able to make it past the blockers in the front. See CANBERRA in this moment playing some offense for their jammer. Lady Painticorn taken to the infield and now recycled back by the Santa Cruz blockers. Do have the pivot from CANBERRA being sent to the box. Wow, the Santa Cruz jammer has returned with a vengeance. And Skirt Vonnegut now replacing that star cover is in a scoring position, forcing the call off from CANBERRA.
Widening that lead, almost 50 points. Oh, just over 52 points. CANBERRA probably going to hit the century mark in the next jam with 4 minutes left, 4.5 minutes left in the first half. Penalty troubles are kind of holding both teams down, but it is not stopping those CANBERRA jammers.
Terratot for Santa Cruz with Freudian slip for CANBERRA. Terratot fighting at the front of the pack. 1 blocker remaining. And managing to keep those feet in bounds. And Terratot has achieved the lead jammer status for Santa Cruz. Freudian slit recycled to the back. And Terratot also sent to the back here by the Canberra blockers. Neither jammer making too much progress here, as both of these defensive tripod structures are holding strong, really not giving any wiggle room for either jammer to make it through here. We have the Santa Cruz pivot being sent to the penalty box. Slight track advantage for Canberra here. Freudian slit able to make it through. And Freudian slit just about to steal some points there. Terratot go ahead and call that jam off.
My other hobby.
That's awesome.
Okay, what jam is this?
Santa Cruz calling a timeout. So we'll just take a moment. Reminder that the coffee truck leaves at 11 a.m. So I'm just looking out for you because I care. So if you haven't got your coffee, what?
Oh, it looks like maybe Santa Cruz is using their official review for the half, because I see that one blinking.
Ah.
If they used a timeout, then they would only have one real timeout left in the second half. So maybe they'll either have an official review or they'll use this official review as a timeout. There's only 2.5 minutes left in the half, so I'm of the school of thought where if you're going to use it as a timeout, you may as well have an official review. I'm sure there's something.
There's something we could talk about.
There's always something to talk
Our
about.
feelings, the weather, the state of the world, you know, all the existential crises we're having. It's fine.
Yeah, I was outside this morning and it's already like 80 or something, and I
Oh my
said,
God.
gosh, it's gonna be so
That's
hot
my
today.
existential crisis. I don't want to
And
exist when it's that hot.
I love it. And Becker looked at me like I was a crazy person. And she might be right, but
I can't take the heat. I got to get out of the oven.
yeah. But I love it because it was freezing in Denver when I left.
That's fair.
Literally freezing.
I hear Colorado's like a little bit cold. Maybe at some point the officials will let us know what's going on, but in the meantime, we'll just be talking crap up here.
Our sponsors this weekend include Mother Bunch Brewing Company. They are a proud supporter of Arizona Roller Derby and the city teams, Valley Rollers and Desert Phantoms. Stop by the restaurant for beer or food and get 10% off when you mention that you're with Arizona Roller Derby. We also want to thank Don Wong, LMT. He's a licensed massage therapist in Phoenix that specializes in rehab and sports massage therapy. If you're just watching roller derby for the first time, you could join Arizona Roller Derby. New member orientation is Friday, June 7th at 7 p.m. at the AZRD warehouse on 32nd Street in Weir. Check Facebook for more information. Hey, don't forget, if there's any birthdays in the house, the announcing team would be happy to do shout-outs. Just come let us know. Twerk Mama just told me I'm adorable. I might be, it might be against the ref rules. I think Twerk Mama might be. Twerk Mama. Got it. Thank you. Nobody expects the Spanish Inquisition.
So update on our official review there. Santa Cruz had a back block called on one of their blockers, and they wanted to rescind that call. The call will stand.
Slinger is going to get lead for Canberra. E-Rex is mad about it and is catching up.
Well, I don't know if there's like anger going on, but just focus.
Yeah, very intense, very serious.
Intense focus.
Slinger saw that. She's like, nah, I'm good. We're going to call that. I'm going to get a couple of points, 2 points. Hit that century mark. 101 Canberra, 51 Santa Cruz.
Lady Painicorn for Canberra and Maddie Maskis jamming for Santa Cruz. Lady Painicorn, with one blocker left to contend with, picks up the lead jammer status for Canberra. Maddie Maskis nearly taking Lady Painicorn to the outside there, but Lady Painicorn hanging on to the inbounds position and now fighting with the Santa Cruz blockers at the front with some assistance from her pivot. One Canberra blocker being sent to the penalty box, so a slight advantage for Santa Cruz blockers here, keeping Lady Painicorn in the pack for the moment, but Lady Painicorn is fighting hard against them. Maddie Masochist stuck behind that strong tripod.
Corny working hard, top of the pack against the Santa Cruz tripod. Oh, I see a Santa Cruz blocker, number 3-6, going to the box for a back block.
So now we'll trade off pack advantage here.
Hermione Danger.
Ooh, that's a cool name.
I have a friend named Hermione Rager.
Oh, that's cool. There's someone in my league named Professor McGonagall.
Nice.
It's pretty great.
And then Lady Painicorn don't care. She's going to get 4 points for Canberra. While Maddie still fights the punishing Canberra wall at the back of the pack, looking for a way out. Her pivot's right next to her. That's not a star pass I would take right now if I were that pivot. But she got it, and she is working on getting out. Lady Painicorn is going to call it, not even going to give her the chance to try and score.
I don't know if you saw that shoulder check that the pivot received and gave back just as hard and kept her balance. That was pretty fantastic. Good job, Santa Cruz pivot there.
Feats of balance. Oh, it looks like Canberra is going to call an official review right at the end of the period clock for halftime.
So it seems they just took the intermission clock away, so I wonder if we're going to do the official timeout, official review before the halftime break.
Maybe this will result in another jam.
Oh, maybe.
Or,
I guess we'll see.
I mean, the best outcome they can hope for, even if it doesn't, is to put a Santa Cruz blocker in the box for the next half. So they start down.
Yeah.
And even better, if they can get their jammer in the box and get a power jam going into the second half.
Just start an official review and be like, listen, I think their jammer should be in the box because of reasons. It would only be fair.
I've been collecting fake official reviews this weekend, and one that just came in. I've got to find it. Oh yes, from our friend Quantum Mechanic on Derby Twitter. Blue requests a review concerning the massive pizza delivery to the Green Bench area. They claim the scent of the delicious pizza has distracted Blue skaters, granting Green an unfair advantage. Pizza would grant an unfair advantage, I think.
I feel like if somebody sent pizza to my bench, I wouldn't be mad about it. That's just me. That's just, yeah.
Now for everyone watching at home, that is
pizza.
not the content of this official review. This was just for fun.
Actually, the captain of my team, so my team is called the Doomsday Valkyries. We're one of the bank track teams for the Arizona Derby Dames. My captain's name is Hot and Ready.
Oh God.
So we call her Hot. Straight out of Little Caesars. So she'll like go on her intro lap with a slice of pizza in her hand sometimes.
An actual slice of pizza?
An actual slice of pizza sometimes.
Whoa. That's dedication.
It is dedication.
All right, looks like the crew in the middle is conferring.
Just a reminder, everybody, that the coffee truck's going to leave at 11 a.m. Not sure what time it is now, but it's probably getting close to that. So if you need your coffee before they leave, go get your coffee from the coffee truck. They're leaving at 11. I'm just trying to save your life here. We've got lots of games ahead of us today, lots of exciting games being played, and if you're asleep on the bench and, you know, unable to be awake to watch them, you're going to be sad. Make sure you're drinking water too, especially skaters. Drink your water, drink your coconut water, drink your Gatorade, drink your whatever the case may be. Get your electrolytes, get your water. You need a nap, take a little nap. Take care of yourself. Well, I do see the halftime clock back up, so it looks like we are officially in halftime now for this first game of the morning. Santa Cruz A-team at 51, Canberra A-team at 113 points with 12 points in that last jam before halftime. So it is officially halftime. Take a break, stretch.
Was there an official review, or?
I really don't know.
We don't know.
If there was, then I'm not sure what happened. Perhaps they will let us know right before the start of the second half.
Yeah, I hope so. I mean, I'm going to ask. We'll be back in a few minutes. Thank you for watching this morning. I am Chakilski. This is Becker. Bye.
Bye, I love you. I'll miss you. I'll see you soon. Chai to the announcer booth. Chai to the announcer booth. Welcome back to the second half of our first game here on the second day of Cactus Cup. We had our official review at the end of the first half. Canberra wanted a forearm called on the Santa Cruz jammer. The refs did not observe any impact, determining the jammer getting that position, so the no call will stand. Lady Painicorn jamming for Canberra and getting that lead jammer status, and Skirt Vonnegut unfortunately getting a penalty and being sent to the penalty box.
Lady Painicorn keeping that Santa Cruz pack moving is her best strategy here. Keeping them gotta keep them separated. We'll see if it works out. The sound engineer is telling me I'm too quiet. Gonna remedy that.
Talk louder, Chai.
Talk louder.
Talk louder. Lady Painicorn finding an open lane, but the Santa Cruz blockers were cycling around, and Lady Painicorn unable to take advantage of that open lane, now stuck behind a Santa Cruz tripod. Jammer for Santa Cruz now sprung from the box, almost able to take the inside line there, but at the last second being taken to the infield. Lady Painicorn now out and clear and ready for another scoring pass.
Canberra recycling Skirt Vonnegut almost back to turn 2. Recycling's the worst. It's terrible. Everyone's so good at it.
I find that strategy really fascinating because in bank track we can't go backwards, we can't go in that direction.
Mm-hmm.
So it's such a integral strategy in Wuftada.
It's truly miserable when you're a jammer.
I imagine it is. I've done a little bit of flat track skating, and just that little bit, I'm like, man, you really got to just go back and forward, back and forward. It's a lot. So Chai and I are up here noticing that we've received thank you notes that are signed by people from all kinds of teams. So thank you, teams. We love you. Thank you for our thank you notes. Slinger is your lead jammer for Canberra. E-Rex is out and clear as well.
How nice. Going into jam 2.
In that last jam, we had 2 points for Canberra, bringing their score to 122. Santa Cruz at 51 points. No points in that previous jam for for Santa Cruz, excuse me. Maddie Masochist for Santa Cruz and Freudian slip for Canberra. Both jammers stuck in the middle of those tripod structures. Maddie Masochist taken down by the Canberra defense. Freudian slit, still struggling with that Santa Cruz tripod in the back. Canberra pivot, bridging the gap here to allow both of those tripods to continue blocking.
Santa Cruz taking the lead.
Canberra blockers be coming out of play and having to let that jammer go. Freudian slit now out as well and in a scoring position.
Oh,
Freudian slit.
High block, going to the box. Santa Cruz pivot rejoins the pack. 4 points, Santa Cruz, 55-122. The second half is definitely going to be the story of Santa Cruz jammers beating those super strong Canberra walls. Canberra. Sorry, Noms, I'm trying to say it right.
Is that a back block when they do this?
Jam is going to end before the Canberra blocker jammer can rejoin. They are going to get 2 points. Santa Cruz picking up 7.
So Santa Cruz closing that gap by 5 points in that jam. Santa Cruz 58, Canberra 124. See the two jammers on the line smiling and laughing. Terratot for Santa Cruz and Lady Painicorn for Canberra.
Lady Painicorn wants to get that lead. And she is going to get that lead with a nice little spin on her toe stop on the inside. Lady Painicorn is lead for Canberra.
Lady Painicorn picking up a track cut penalty and being sent to the penalty box. It would appear that Terratot has removed the star and able to cling to the outside of that track. Terratot nearly able to make it by those blockers, but getting pushed out on the outside and needing to recycle back. I did notice the star being dropped in that moment, and Terratot smartly returning that to the helmet because you can't score any points if that's not on.
Ooh, a very good penalty kill by Canberra there, waiting for Lady Painicorn to get out of the box. Terratot did get out on her initial, but has not yet been able to score any points that we can see. Backlog called to Canberra 1975.
Lady Painicorn out of the pack and in scoring position now.
Bohemian Rhapsody. I do follow you on Twitter now, Bohemian. All right.
Pivot for Santa Cruz being sent to the penalty box. We've got 3 blockers on the track each for each team, and that's the end of that jam.
Game will come to its natural end. Santa Cruz is going to pick up 4 points for a 4-5 jam.
Is that 4-5 or 4-6?
I don't know.
It's hard to see.
Anyway, the score is now 62-130. Canberra in the lead.
My eyes aren't as good as they used to be. Skirt Vonnegut for Santa Cruz. Slinger for Canberra, picking up that lead jammer status real quick there. Skirt Vonnegut not to be defeated, also out of the pack and putting some pressure on.
I'm sure that Skirt Vonnegut's number 5 is a reference to the novel Slaughterhouse 5. Trying for an apex jump.
Beautiful.
Taking a fall after clipping one of the blockers. She will go to the box for that because you have to have at least 1 foot on the ground when you hit someone.
Oh.
You cannot just hurl yourself bodily leaving the ground.
But that's my favorite thing to do.
Well, that might just be a bank track thing then.
No. I meant in general in my daily life. I think it's the same in bank track. I think you can't make that contact in the air. Well, I would have to check
you
the
have
rules.
some studying to do.
What's that?
You might have some studying to do.
I might have some studying to do. It gets confusing, man. I've got like bank track rule set, WFDA rule set. I'm trying not to announce the wrong rule set.
So we actually say out the whole thing on broadcast as WFTDA. Oh, really? Yeah.
I've just been informed that I've been mispronouncing WFTDA. That's like that's a mouthful.
It is a little bit, yeah. You gotta practice it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I guess
Make sure you enunciate all the letters.
WFTDA.
WFTDA.
QRXZW. Just gonna start saying letters.
We're the only ones that think we're funny. Looks like
I think
Santa
I'm
Cruz
hilarious.
is using their official review for this half. We're gonna see if they win it and if they will retain it with 20 minutes left in the game. 21 minutes left in the game.
.21 minutes left in this sanctioned game, Santa Cruz versus Canberra. Our next game at 12 p.m. will be Angel City's B team versus Santa Cruz's B team. At 1:45 p.m. today, we will have another oh, sorry. You know what? I'm reading the wrong day. Forget everything I just said. Forget everything I just said. At 11:45 a.m., our next game will be Arizona's B team versus Angel City's B team.
So Santa Cruz, in an attempt to get their jammer out of the box, they wanted to argue that
So it seems like
the hit was unavoidable. It was happening, you know, before the whistle blew, but the referee said that the hit was initiated after the 4th whistle. So Santa Cruz's jammer will remain in the box. They will not retain their official review, and CANBERRA will start this next jam on a power jam.
always a good idea to use an official review on a power jam if, you know, if your points are lagging behind, you really don't want to allow the other team to get another power jam situation because they really can score so many points. And here we do have Freudian Slit achieving that lead jammer status pretty quickly in this power jam for CANBERRA. And Freudian Slit juking past those final defenders from Santa Cruz, making a completed scoring pass and coming back around for another, giving some indication to her blockers of how best to strategize and help her get through that pack again. Skirt Vonnegut out of the penalty box now, jamming for Santa Cruz. Star in hand, so not currently an active jammer, but ready to make it through on that initial pass.
Looks like another Santa Cruz blocker sent to the box. I think that was a forearm penalty. Canberra blocker returning to the track, giving him a full complement of blockers. Freudian taking the inside for another 4 points. Canberra blocker, Bohemian Rhapsody returning to the box.
I couldn't tell if the Canberra blocker in the box was taking a nap or asking, what am I sitting for? But it looked like a good stretching opportunity. Freudian slit out in the front, but being chased down by Skirt Vonnegut. Skirt Vonnegut returning that star to the helmet to be in an active scoring position.
Looks like she's going to try for a few points. She is going to call it off before Skirt Vonnegut can get any more points. Making a 12-0 jam in favor of Canberra. They lengthen their lead 142 to 62. Santa Cruz now held scoreless for 3 jams in a row.
Maddie Maskis for Santa Cruz and Lady Painicorn on the line for Canberra. Both jammers neck and neck now, struggling through tightly woven pack. Lady Painicorn knocked down and being recycled back. Maddie Maskis has achieved lead jammer status for Santa Cruz, coming in for a scoring attempt now.
Now I think if Santa Cruz can keep their jammers out of the box, they definitely still have a shot to turn this around.
Going to see a jammer race now. Maddie Maskis directly behind Lady Painicorn, but Maddie Maskis with that lead jammer status. Lady Painicorn held by the 2 Santa Cruz blockers in the front, but receiving some assistance.
That is going to be a direction for Santa Cruz skater number 83, Killer V. It was right in front of us, so I can say it was a pretty solid direction.
It's nice when the action happens right in front of us, so we
Love
can
it.
be a little more specific about exactly what's happening, because we can see it real clearly.
Lady Painicorn taking a fall, but the jam is going to be called off. That was a 7-7 jam.
Saw the Canberra jammer go down and take a knee, and we saw the Santa Cruz blocker patting the shoulder and saying, hey, you all good? And yeah, we're all good. And we really like to see that sportsmanship here, even in the middle of a tense, very hard-fought tournament, in the middle of a hard-fought game. It's really lovely to see some beautiful sportsmanship. That's really what we're all about here in roller derby.
It was an 8-7 jam. I was wrong. The score is now 150 Canberra to 69 Santa Cruz. Nice.
Fast and Furiosa nearly not honoring a position there, realizing the mistake and remedying it, and being recycled to the back.
She'll get there. She'll get there.
Beautiful
Looks like
footwork by E-Rex there. I don't know if you saw that.
Is the lead jammer. I thought they might do a no pass, no penalty, but she is declared lead. Fast and Furiosa hot on her trail. Rex going for the points.
Love that shoulder juke by Fast and Furiosa, trying to confuse the blockers which direction she's going to go with the very aggressive shoulder jerks. Both intimidating and distracting at the same time. I love it.
It's always hard to tell from the TV, but when you're down on the floor, you realize just how in shape everyone is. And I gotta say, I did see Fast and Furiosa's shoulders. I know there's always a group of people who want to vote on the best shoulders in WFTDA, and Fast and Furiosa might need to be on that ballot.
It would be hard to tell who has the best shoulders here, because, roller derby is full of people who are prepped for this sport. Everybody's in fantastic shape, and you see these shoulder checks happening right now as E-Rex is just checking in response to some of the hits being received from those Canberra blockers.
E-Rex still lead, no pass, no penalty. That blocker did fall when she hit her out of bounds, and she had passed all the other skaters. That's very smart.
E-Rex given some encouragement by some of her team's coaches.
It looks like number 3, 8 Canberra going to the box. bone shaker. Canberra is going to pick up 4 points there. 2 for Santa Cruz. Looks like a 6-4 jam in favor of Santa Cruz. Good job, E-Rex. 75 to 154, Canberra.
Got just under 15 minutes left in this game. Skirt Vonnegut starting way in the back, gaining some momentum, and it pays off. Skirt Vonnegut is your lead jammer for Santa Cruz. Slinger is out, not far behind at all, chasing down Skirt Vonnegut. But unfortunately, Slinger being called for a penalty. Slinger now sent to the penalty box. We have a power jam for Santa Cruz. If we have any Santa Cruz fans in the audience, we'd love to hear from you right now. Power jam for Santa Cruz. Skirt Vonnegut pushing against that Canberra tripod in the front. Canberra blocker sprung from the penalty box and coming in to help assist with that defense. Skirt Vonnegut pushing past those final blockers in the front for a successful scoring pass for Santa Cruz. 4 points on the board for Santa Cruz. Skirt Vonnegut fighting against that
Slinger
forward
recycled
defense.
to the back of the pack, but Slinger doesn't care about that. She's getting out on that outside line. She is out from past her initial. She's ready to score. She's got that star back on. But Skirt's going to call it. No points for Canberra in that jam. Santa Cruz 7. So now that I've said they've been held scoreless for 3 jams, they are going to get lead and score for the following 3 jams.
Wow.
Am I lucky? Off we go, jam 10. 12 minutes, just over 12 minutes left on the period clock. Lady Painicorn versus Terra Tot.
Neither jammer making too much progress in the beginning here. Not an open lane in sight.
Punishing walls, you just want someone to let you out so you can go score points, get some laps.
Come on, guys, just let me through. I just want to get some points for my team.
Canberra blocking with 2, finally out of play, and Terra Tot is your lead jammer. 4th lead jam in a row for Santa Cruz.
It seems that Terra Tot was, I believe, taken back by the Canberra jammer. I think that's what happened there. Anyway,
Okay.
that's the end of that jam.
Santa Cruz, 3 points. None for Canberra. And now Canberra is the one who's been held scoreless for 3 jams. .626 for Santa Cruz. Maddie Masochist fighting the top of the pack, while Freudian Slit is in the back. Both jammers trying to keep the packs moving so they can take advantage of just a little space.
Ooh, Freudian Slit taken down hard and brought to the back.
No lead yet.
Ooh, open lane there available for Freudian Slit. Unfortunately, she takes a tumble, but she will not be denied. Able to just barely cling to that inbounds.
The old one hand out of bounds trick. One hand is not enough for a skater to truly be out of bounds. Oh, looks like there's going to be a cut call for number 13 Kendrick for Santa Cruz. Blocker cuts, the worst.
The worst.
Freudian slit just kind of rolling around on that Santa Cruz blocker until she's in a position to run for it. Santa Cruz, meanwhile, has passed the star to pivot R2 detonate.
Yeah, beautiful little hop, skip, and a jump there by Freudian slit.
Gonna hop that apex, call it off. No points for R2 in that one. Bringing the score up 11-0 in favor of Canberra, 165-85.
Slinger finding a clear lane, no real opposition there, and making it out and achieving that lead jammer status for Canberra, no problem. E-Rex jamming for Santa Cruz, removing the star cover and making it through the pack. Now returning the star cover to get into a scoring position, but the jam has been called off. And that's the end of that jam. 4 points there for Canberra, bringing Canberra to 169, Santa Cruz at 85. About just over 8 minutes left in this game.
A lot fewer jammer penalties in this half. I think everyone is pretty determined to stay on.
We're seeing a lot of jammers with just some amazing balance and really refusing to go out of bounds. Skirt Vonnegut for Santa Cruz and Lady Painicorn for Canberra. Lady Painicorn being sent to the back by the Santa Cruz blockers.
Lead jam is going to be awarded to Lady Painicorn. However, Skirt Vonnegut is right there with her.
Got a jammer race here. Lady Painicorn with the lead jammer status.
Lady Painicorn sees that blocker waiting for her, and she does not care. She's going to hit them.
Shakes them off.
BA playing a little offense for her friend.
We love a well-timed offense. Well-timed offensive strike. Lady Painicorn now fighting those blockers in the front. Skirt Vonnegut held back by the Canberra defense as well, and being sent to out of bounds and being taken to the back. It's been a long, hard-fought game. Everybody looking a wee bit tired out there, but we're still pushing and fighting and trying to make some progress here.
Not too many high-scoring jams in this game. The highest so far has been jam 13 back in the first period. 16 points awarded to Slinger. Nothing has approached that.
Lady Painicorn just pushing and pushing on that defensive tripod. Skirt Vonnegut not making much progress against Canberra's blockers either.
Canberra blockers finally going out of play.
Pays off.
Skirt Vonnegut is out for 4 points. The jam is called.
That was some tenacity shown by Skirt Vonnegut. Skirt Vonnegut just pushing and pushing until those blockers did eventually go out of play.
That was a lot of work for effectively a 0-0 jam. Each team only getting 4 points. Canberra still hanging on to a very strong lead there, 173-89. Todd up against trying to see the number.
Unnamed jammer. There, Freudian slit. Fun fact, Freudian slit's number is 1337 or LEAT. Also the derby number of Joliet Jane, who skates for Texas Roller Derby. Very good number. Freudian slit being caught in the back.
No lead.
No lead as of yet.
Just over 30 seconds into this jam. So if you're wondering about the defense, it's really good. That's my professional opinion. This is really good defense.
Science. There is some good defense being played throughout this game. There have been plenty of times when we've seen jammers just stuck behind the defensive walls and really not getting anywhere. Teratot fighting and fighting at the front, only one blocker remaining and getting that lead jammer status.
She's smiling, she's proud, she should be.
With a hand gesture to her teammates out there going, yeah, I did that. She's got that lead jammer status, and now she's pushing against the Canberra blockers on a scoring pass attempt. Freudian slit. Still struggling with that tripod from Santa Cruz. Teratot able to push the Canberra blockers out of play in the front. One more scoring pass and some happy smiles. Glad to be getting those points.
Losing a block to the box. Teratot on her tiptoes on the inside line.
Teratot teetering on her tiptoes, if you will.
Might have been a cut, might not have been. Either way, the Canberra jammer yielded.
She's gonna wrap up that jam.
That is gonna be a positive jam for Santa Cruz, bringing them up 8 points, closer to that century mark.
Teratot able to pick up those 8 points there.
Yeah, they have 3.5 minutes to make up a bit of a deficit there. I hear a lot of cheering. What are we cheering for?
I know what I want to cheer for. Santa Cruz, I want to see those 100 points. Let's do it. Maddie Masochist jamming for Santa Cruz, and Lemmy Adam for Canberra. We saw a lot of good things from Lemmy Adam yesterday. I believe this is Lemmy Adam's first time jamming this morning.
Oh, I think this is the first time we've seen Lemmy Adam for Canberra this morning.
Mm-hmm.
Did you just say that?
Maddie Masochist is able to push past those blockers. It would appear that Lemmy Adam had actually picked up that lead jammer status but been recycled back by the blockers. So Lemmy Adam was able to call that jam off before the Santa Cruz jammer could pick up any points. E-Rex for Santa Cruz and Slinger for Canberra. As we've come to expect of Slinger, Slinger is out with that lead jammer status real quickly.
Very fast lead.
E-Rex with some fancy footwork, nearly making it out on the inside, but unfortunately recycled to the back. Slinger also recycled pretty far back, but
moving fast, burning that Santa Cruz pack. Try to get out. It worked for a little while, and then it didn't. Looks like a forearm penalty is being called on a Santa Cruz blocker. Slinger's going to call it.
Smart call off by Canberra.
No points for Santa Cruz on that pass.
Got about a minute left in gameplay for our Santa Cruz Canberra sanctioned bout. Santa Cruz at 97, Canberra at 176.
Lady Painicorn up against Skirt Vonnegut. Canberra blocker going in the box, number 130.
Skirt Vonnegut finding an open space, jumping on through it. Skirt Vonnegut is your lead jammer for Santa Cruz. Lady Painicorn also out of the pack now. About a half track behind. Lady Painicorn also coming up, trying to make a scoring attempt here. Skirt Vonnegut recycled to the back by the Canberra blockers with a Santa Cruz blocker coming to assist, tried to get Skirt Vonnegut through that strong Canberra defense. It is successful. Skirt Vonnegut has made it through the pack. Lady Painicorn sent to the penalty box, so we do now have a power jam for Santa Cruz.
Santa Cruz holding King Panther in the back as the GOAT.
Canberra blockers out of play.
Santa Cruz over the century mark now, finally, 105.
We did it. Good job, Santa Cruz.
Pack just skating backwards, as you do.
This is something you don't see in bank track derby. I find the backwards derby is, you kind of want to play some comical music or something. Some like clown music.
Interesting re-entry from Lady Painicorn. Instead of running around after the pack, she just re-entered the pack, skated around to the back to where they were going.
Lady Painicorn taken down hard and sent to the back of the pack. Skirt Vonnegut trying to make it through the Canberra defense for another scoring pass, try and round out this bout with as many points during this jam as possible. Number 33 for Santa Cruz coming in for an offensive strike. Lady Painicorn taking advantage of the lane that was open to skirt through for some more points.
That's the end of the game. Unofficial score, 180-109. We will wait for the final whistle.
Santa Cruz able to make those 100 points, and in fact, getting to 109 with a 12-point jam to round out this game. This is our unofficial score.
So each team only had one jam where they each got 12 points.
Wow.
Yeah, this is a very hard game for all the jammers involved.
The defense was strong.
Very strong.
Both teams, so both teams have a lot to be proud of. All right, we'll wait to hear the official score. In the meantime, the next game we have is the Arizona B team versus Angel City B team, starting now-ish, 10 minutes-ish from now. At 1:30 p.m., we have Santa Cruz B team versus Canberra B team. At 3:15 p.m. today, we'll have another sanctioned bout, Arizona A team versus Canberra A team.
The rematch.
The rematch of the century. And at 5 p.m. tonight, we'll have the Arizona B team versus the Baja B team.
Really quick for the zebras, for our skating and non-skating officials, we're going to have a photograph after the teams get their high five. So if you are a skating or non-skating official, please end up in the center.